Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a review/thought video. And for this one, I want to give my thoughts on Season 1 of Amazon Prime's video, Fallout, based off of the video game from Bethesda and everything like that. And for parents out there, it's worth pointing out that Fallout on Amazon Prime Video is rated TV MA here in the US of A. And if you want to skip to a certain part of the video, timestamps will be in the description down below. One of the things that we've been seeing lately as a trend is that we've seen more and more of a push of doing movies or TV shows based off of video games and all. Now, the quality of it, I will say, has gotten, at least in my view, better than what it was back in the 80s and 90s. And we've started to see that trend with shows like, Netflix's The Witcher, Castlevania, Cyberpunk Edge Runner, to basically stuff like The Last of Us, which blew up, and the Super Mario Brothers movie, and even the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 1 and 2, with Sonic 3 coming out later this winter and all. So it was kind of interesting to see stuff like, Fallout get its own adaptation when we learned that Amazon Prime was going to be doing it, along with director Jonathan Nolan, who's known for the Westworld series, which certainly has gained a following. Now, when the first teaser of this trailer was shown, I wasn't 100% sure about it at the time, though. While I certainly thought the potential was there were so many ways that they could screw this up. And there have been, unfortunately, shows and movies based off video games that don't always pan out as well or don't get the best kind of response, whether it's Netflix's Dragon Dogma or the first season of Halo on Paramount Plus, although I do think the second season is somewhat of an improvement. But after watching all 8 episodes of Fallout, I am willing to say that I really came away with this one very, very impressed. I thought they did a really good job at the show, and while there are some things that do raise some questions or I don't 100% agree with, I will say it is definitely worth binge watching or watching if you get the chance, if you have Amazon Prime and all. So I'll break it down into what I like and what I didn't like, mixed, or not sure about. In terms of what I like, though, I will say that the writing is done very well. I definitely enjoy the writing for the show in terms of the cast of characters and everything like that. And I also like the fact that it takes part in the game's universe, right, and everything like that. Compared to say something like Halo, which has its own universe, and I'm talking about Halo on Paramount Plus, this one sort of ties into sort of the video games that have come out from the Fallout series in general. So I think that was really neat that they decided to do that in a way. So I definitely do like the writing and all. I do like the fact that it's part of the game universe and all. The next thing I do want to talk about was some of the cast and characters in basically the season 1 of Fallout. And there are some that I do enjoy, like Lucy McLean, played by Purnell, if I'm saying her name correctly, and Maximus, played by Moten. I thought they were really good. But for me, the highlight of this had to be Walton Goggins, if I'm saying his name correctly, playing Cooper Howard, aka the Ghoul and all. I thought him was really, really well. It felt like he was like a old school, like rugged cowboy and all, including several scenes, whether it was the first episode with him and his daughter trying to escape basically the nuclear bombs being dropped on Los Angeles and all, and just doing what he can to try to protect his daughter despite the odds not being in his favor, to an infamous shootout in terms of basically in a marketplace when basically trying to collect the bounty and all. It felt like something out of a Quentin Tarantino movie, to be exact. So his character really, really, I think, really was really great. I think that was like the highlight for me for the first season, seeing the Ghoul and everything like that. He was, in my opinion, my favorite character in season 1 of Fallout and all. And last but not least, though, what I do like, and this is a continuation from the writing, though, is I like the fact that it told a different story and everything like that. Rather than trying to do, last year's HBO Max, The Last of Us, which felt more like mostly felt more like a retelling of the first Last of Us. This one decided to go a different direction. While the story still takes place in the same universe as the game universe, it basically still tells its own story rather than trying to, we're going to retell Fallout 3 or Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas or anything like that. It tells like its own original story, and I think that is really good. I like that they went with that direction with the first season of Fallout. I think that was definitely the right approach to go with that one, though. And combined with the fact, like as I mentioned earlier, it's part of the game's universe, that definitely makes it feel a bit more, canon and all. I mean, you do get some references like, the Brotherhood of Steel and everything like that, to hear about the new California and all that. So you definitely hear of references here and there of other factions in the show and everything like that. But I just like the fact that it basically tells its own story, not trying to retell past Fallout games and everything like that. As far as what I didn't like or mixed or not 100% sure about, I will say one of the characters who I was a little bit unfortunate they only appeared in sort of a couple episodes. That would be Overseer Hank MacLean, played by Kyle MacLachlan, if I'm saying his name correctly, who's famous for the TV show that's gotten called Following Twin Peaks. Only appeared in 2 episodes compared to, say, some of the other characters, even some of the ones that are like minor, that like one of like his like son who stays behind in the vault though appears in a bit more episodes than he does. So I'm a little disappointed his character only got to appear in just 2 episodes and all. I would have liked to see him I would have liked to see him appear in more episodes and everything like that. I mean, you do see him basically how he basically was 200 years ago to where he is now, but that is probably that's probably a disappointment to me that he only appeared in 2 episodes. The other one I do want to point out is the way season 1 ended. I just feel like while I do think it does set the stage for season 2, it also kind of raises some questions. For those who are not familiar, and this might be a spoiler for some folks out there, Fallout New Vegas had several different endings where you basically either Mr. House continues his reign over New Vegas, or the New California takes over, or the Legions of Caesar, if I'm saying those names correctly, takes over, or the Courier. And the way that the ending for season 1 of Fallout on Amazon Prime does raise some questions about which is the canon ending and everything like that. And that's, I think, I kind of felt like they kind of backed themselves in a corner on this one. So I'm very curious to see how this will play out in season 2, but I do think it does raise some questions about the real or canon ending for Fallout New Vegas. And last but not least, I do want to talk about is Cooper Howard and the Ghoul character. While I still view him as my favorite character in season 1 of Fallout, I do think there was a missed opportunity to basically see what he had to go through the last 200 years to the point to where he was in right now. I mean, you do see flashback scenes of him suddenly starting questioning Vault Tech and everything like that, but you don't really get to see the struggle he went through after the bombs dropped or anything like that. It's kind of similar to Fallout 4, where there's one scene where you meet the Vault Tech salesman, I think 200 years later, and he just goes through what he had to go through and everything like that. So I do feel it's kind of a missed opportunity for this character. I mean, it's always possible they could do a spin-off. I mean, we've seen that before. I mean, The Boys did one, I think, with Gen V. We've also seen that with, Invincible, with Atomic Girl, to a certain extent. I mean, even The Mandalorian on Disney Plus did a spin-off with The Book of Boba Fett. And also, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they could do that with Cooper Howard or the Ghoul character, but I do feel there was sort of a missed opportunity, at least in my book, though. Overall, I did come away very pleased with Amazon Prime's first season of Fallout. I thought this was done very well, and I have to give credit to the people who did a good job with the source material and how they handled this show and all. At its best, though, I think the writing was done very well. There were certainly characters I liked. I mean, the Ghoul, Cooper Howard, to me, is my favorite character in the Fallout TV show. And I do like the fact that it tells basically a different story than trying to retell past Fallout games or anything like that. But at its worst, though, I do feel one of the characters, Hank MacLean, only made an appearance in 2 episodes, which is a little bit unfortunate. I do think the ending for the first season does raise questions about the ending for Fallout New Vegas. And I do feel like there was a missed opportunity not being able to look through what the Ghoul or Cooper Howard had to go through those 200 years leading up to the event for the first episode of season 1. But in either case, I still came away very impressed, though. I think they did a really good job with the first season. I am definitely looking forward to how season 2 is going to play out and everything like that. It'll be very interesting if they do mention maybe events maybe in New Vegas to even Fallout 4 or even Fallout 76 for that matter. But in either case, though, this is one show I definitely would recommend, especially if you're a fan of the Fallout video games. And if you have Amazon Prime, it is definitely worth watching, at least in my book, though. Okay, this concludes this my review / thought of first season of Amazon Prime's video Fallout. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts about the first season of Amazon Prime's videos Fallout? Do you think they did a good job with this show? Do you think they respected the source material? Do you think that it was the right thing to do for them to tell a different story rather than trying to retell maybe a past Fallout game in any way? Were there any characters that stood out for you the most at all? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And if you do like this video, I hope you hit the like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications for any new videos I put up. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You can do it through PayPal Me, Patreon, or Steam Labs. Links will be in the description of this video. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that'll be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good day then. Bye!